I see that face and I literally light up, and it makes me incredibly excited. And I'm easily excited if you haven't noticed already. But this is Brandon Martin, and his joy is so infectious. Maybe like a couple of hours ago, right before we kicked this off, Rohit actually referred to him, I didn't know this was your nickname in the community, as the mascot of this year's cohort because he has that infectious energy. And it blows my mind that every single day while Brandon has been in this program, he has been a full-time teacher in Atlanta Public Schools, okay? So every single day that he's been in this program, he has been a teacher in Atlanta Public Schools. And I know how hard that is, because I too was a teacher in Atlanta Public Schools. And I became an assistant principal and did that work for over a decade at KIPP, and then I coached teachers, just like Brandon, in Atlanta Public Schools. And it's really hard. And the fact that he did that while starting, building, growing this organization is just a testament to who he is. I want you to really lean in and listen to his story this evening, because it's phenomenal. And what I think is most powerful is it will always center the children. Brandon spent most of this spring driving up and down the East Coast to go to several graduations of children from Atlanta Public Schools that have literally ventured out all across the Southeast and Northeast, and he drove to all these graduations. I've been in education a long time, and I will go to your middle school graduation or your high school graduation, but I draw the line at college because gas is high. And Brandon drove around all spring. He will probably mention this, but he went to so many graduations of these young boys because his work doesn't just stop when they leave middle school. It really is a to and through model, and it's beautiful. And recently, one of his clips went viral, and all of these major media outlets picked it up. And it's the joy and love that Brandon gives me as his coach, that he gives you all as his peers, that he's pressed upon this organization. So please put your hands together, because y'all about to get a show as we close tonight's event. Introducing Brandon Martin.
Thank you so much, Claudine. I appreciate that. Hey y'all, my name is Brandon Martin, and I'm the founder and CEO of Close Talks Leadership Program. Additionally, I have been in the classroom as a teacher for 10 years. I started out in kindergarten and now teach middle school, and nothing makes me come more alive than when I see the black boys who I teach think at first that they couldn't do anything, they were wrong, and then find the passion to say, like, I'm gonna pursue this thing. And so I see this happen over and over and over again, and over the past 10 years as an educator, I've started every single school year with the same question. And it's a simple one. What do you want to be when you grow up? And every single one of my black boys for the past 10 years has had the same answer. And it's probably ringing in your ears right now because you probably already know what that answer is. And it's a professional athlete. And I see heads nodding, which means that you were correct, right? And so I always wonder, like, they want to be a football player, they want to be a basketball player, a lot of them now want to be soccer players, and they don't care about this statistic that says they only have a 1% chance of doing that. They're still super confident about it. They're gonna go to every single practice that they can, put in any kind of work that they can to do it. And I wonder, as you can tell, I'm not the best athlete. I wonder what gave them the confidence to do that, even though this is here. And I realized that that answer was in one word. It was simple: exposure. They not only see successful black male athletes every single weekend, but as soon as they're old enough to hold a ball, we give them one. And so at a very young age, since they see it, they believe that they can be it. So one of the things that we do is we take that exact same level of exposure and confidence building that we do around sports, and we do it for boys who like to play video games, or for boys who like to write stories, or cook, or build things and create new businesses, or build things with their hands. But the problem is that there are 4,000 black boys in Atlanta middle schools right now who lack this exposure to opportunities, and it really prevents them from reaching their full potential. This problem right here is the reason why I founded Close Talks Leadership Program. We, on the other hand, believe in the inherent genius in black boys. It is already there. We do not have to give it to them. It is already there. And then we unlock that potential by doing 3 different things. The first one is exposing them to college and career opportunities. Second one is we mentor them along the way. And then last but not least, it's a whole lot of noise in this world right now that is specifically created to tell Black boys what they cannot do. So we build them up with social emotional support so that they know that they are possible and capable of doing anything. Exposure is the first one, and it's super important for boys like Alvin who have an entrepreneurial spirit. Alvin could literally sell water to a well, but he didn't know how to activate that. And so we had to expose Alvin to a Black male who was doing that exact same thing. And so we introduced him to Mr. Kennedy. This is Alvin picture here in 6th grade. He met Mr. Kennedy. He said, yo, Mr. Martin, he made a business and he does sports, entertainment, and all the things. And so seeing that made Alvin believe that he can be it. So Alvin then in his junior year got an LLC for Blase XL, which is his own athleisure clothing line. And so he created this simply based on the exposure that gave him the idea that he could be it. And we've done this thing over and over and time again, specifically for scholars like Ari and Ty. As you can see, this is at recess, they're outside, but they're writing. They're writing a play. And they said, Mr. Martin, we're gonna write this play. I just don't know that if it can go anywhere. And so we introduced them to Tony Mutcherson, who's a publisher and author. And now they can say something that I can't say. I don't know if anyone in here either can say it. But at 12 years old, they are not only published authors, but best-selling published authors with their poems included. Thank you. In the book, Poetic Injustice, My Young Life Matters Too, Poetic Injustice. And you can buy it on Amazon, get your copy, right? So I've been able over the last 6 years of doing this work to see boys go from 5th and 6th graders to 11th and 12th graders and now off to college. Speaking of which, here's Anquavius. And I remember his passion for writing at a very, very young age, and we exposed him to opportunities aligned to that. Now, Anquavius is about to go to college to major in English. Not only is he about to go to college, he's going to Wake Forest, and he's going on a full ride scholarship. So when you think about college and we think about career, you actually got to show them college, because sometimes that is the pathway to get to the careers that they want to. And we don't wait until high school to start showing college to Black boys. We start that as early as 5th grade. And we don't just stay in the state of Georgia. I know I got some UNC alums in the house. We take them to other schools as well, because we know that then that gives them the opportunity to not only see it as a possibility, but to plan for it now. Speaking of which, our students in middle school have earned over $20,000 in college scholarships before entering the 9th grade. And so they're entering high school with already having the preparation in order to make that a possibility. Additionally, I have students like AJ who said, Mr. Martin, I'm super smart. I'm at a new school. I thought I was only smart on my old one. I want to go to an Ivy League school. They let Black boys do that? And I said, you're looking at one. I graduated from Columbia University. You too can do that. He had that conversation as an 8th grader, was exposed to someone who can do it, and he just graduated in May with full ride scholarships. And I'm gonna say it again, full ride scholarships, not only to Dartmouth, but also to Harvard, also to Columbia, also to Princeton and Yale. And so that the value of that exposure literally unlocks the potential. Again, I just wanna remind us that it's already there. Of course, we know exposure by itself is not a silver bullet. They have to have some support along the way. And so what we do is we provide in-school mentors, not ones that they get after school, ones that can literally come and sit next to you in class when you decide not to make the best decisions, right? And so we not only help them build academic goals, but also social goals. And then we hold them accountable along with their parents to meeting those goals as well. And last but not least, I would be remiss if I did not give this value of our work as much value as it deserves, because the success that we have has literally been connected to the way that we connect to their hearts. And so the social emotional learning that we do happens every single week in after school sessions, and then we hold them accountable to doing the things that they learned. And so they have different options that they can choose that is all hands on. They're not just reading the book they've read all day in school and then they get to actually act, right? So it gives them an opportunity to understand the difference in saying I'm happy, sad, mad, or I am infuriated, or I am feeling bliss. And so the ability to be able to do that really connects them to have experiences aligned to those new emotions that they've learned. While there are other organizations in the city of Atlanta who you've probably heard these words for, specifically regarding Black boys, majority of them wait until high school. That's too late. Because by then, the noise of what the world tells Black boys that they cannot do is far too loud to block out. We're not waiting this long. We start in 5th grade with boys like Marcus here. Marcus is my heart. We started with boys in 5th grade. We followed them through 8th grade. They received direct programming through exposure, mentorship, and SEL support. And as Claudia mentioned earlier, we don't leave them there either. We stay with them through 12th grade. So that way we know that by the time they get in 12th grade, there's no question of the possibilities that they are able to do. This is Marcus in 5th, 8th, and then most recently at his graduation in 12th grade. So far, we've impacted 60 boys. And while that number may not seem very large, our philosophy is about deep. And so we want to stay with you from 5th grade to 12th grade. And I'm saying 12th grade because that's our oldest now, but we want to stay with you on and beyond, right? We've exposed them to Black men specifically in over 30 different career paths. We've toured 10 colleges and universities up and down the Southeast. We do those on spring break. So instead of like going to the pool, they're with us on a bus going to these colleges. It's resulting in a 100% high school graduation rate. Thank you. And of the 10 seniors and 8 graduations that I had to travel to last month, out of those 10 students, just 10 Black boys, they earn over $6 million in college scholarships. And from 5 through 12, over the past 6 years, we give the same survey question repeatedly, and 100% of them state that they're more prepared to lead in their chosen pathway. This is amazing, and I appreciate you all clapping. However, the reality of it is there are 4,000 Black boys who also deserve this exact same programming. And in order to grow to serve them, we have to be able to scale. These are the 18 boys who we currently serve. Love them dearly. But we want to be able to double our impact from serving this 18 to be able to serve 40 boys over the next school year. We're looking for foundational support. In order to do that, we'll need an investment of $80,000 so that not only we can just have 22 more boys to fill in these pictures, but that they're equipped with the tools to truly unlock their potential and make those possibilities into a reality. If you don't have $80,000 in your pocket, I don't. We got you, don't worry. And the way that you can do that is by sponsoring a student at our website at closesize.org. It's about $200 per month in order to support them. And you can follow that link. It is very simple and easy to do. Y'all, I know that Gage is here and that's the only Black boy that's in here right now. He lit up my face when I saw him earlier. I was like, hey, what's your name? And I saw Gage and really thought about the fact that Gage is here right now, but there's so many other Black boys who aren't here right now who aren't hearing this. And so I'm thinking about them when I'm pitching this because we don't have time to wait until Gage is in high school. We don't have time to wait until Gage hears all the other things. So an investment in the work that we do not only helps us do the work, but it helps boys like Gage negate all the things and all the parts of the world that says he cannot do anything and shows him that he actually can do anything. Thank y'all.